Hey, welcome. So today we're going to dive into one of the oldest human quests there is, self-mastery. We're going to look at how two really ancient philosophies, Buddhism and Taoism, give us these powerful and actually surprisingly different roadmaps for finding our own spiritual autonomy, especially in a world that is just constantly pulling at our attention. Let's get into it. It's a question worth asking, right? Because it's such a natural human thing to do. To look for a guide, a guru, a savior, someone or something outside of us, to fix our problems, to quiet down our minds, to just give us the answers. But what if the ultimate authority, the real refuge, has been right here with you the whole time? And this is the radical idea that's really at the heart of our whole explainer today. It comes straight from the Dhammapada, a core Buddhist text, and it's a huge challenge to that idea of looking for an external savior. The message is just crystal clear. The responsibility and, the power, it's all inside you. You are your own protector, your own refuge. You hear it all the time in so many spiritual traditions, right? This idea of finding a master. But as the Buddha taught, a teacher can show you the path, sure, but they can't walk it for you. And that's really where the journey of true self-reliance kicks off, when you turn that search for a master inward. And this idea is absolute. In this philosophy, you are your own master. Your destiny isn't decided by some higher being looking down and judging you. Nope, it's determined by your own actions, by your own mind. As the Dhammapada says, purity and impurity, they exist in oneself alone. So that struggle you might have with anger or desire or addiction, it's not some external stain. It's an internal state that only you have the power to purify. Okay, so if you're your own master, how in the world do you gain control? Well, Buddhism doesn't just throw this lofty idea at you and leave you hanging. It actually provides a super clear, practical framework. It's like a blueprint for building that inner savior, one step at a time. And let's be really clear here. The text does not sugarcoat this at all. This is framed as the most difficult task anyone can ever take on. It's more challenging than conquering an enemy or controlling other people. The real battle is to restrain and master yourself. That is the great work. This slide just lays out the methods so brilliantly. It's a really clear progression. First, you do the inner work. You get your own house in order, align your actions with your principles. Only then, once you've built that solid foundation, can you even think about guiding others. And that last step, that's the toughest one. You have to live by your own advice. Integrity is the absolute core of this kind of self-mastery. All right, so that was the path of disciplined effort. Now, let's completely switch gears and pivot from that to the effortless ease of Taoism. It's a totally different path, but it leads to that very same peak of inner harmony. So meet the legendary Lao Tzu, the old master. Around the same time the Buddha was teaching in India, Lao Tzu was over in China, writing the Tao Te Ching. It's this short, beautiful, poetic text that offers a radically different way of living a masterful life. Honestly, this is one of the most beautiful metaphors in all of philosophy. Just think about water for a second. It nourishes everything it touches, but it never asks for credit. It flows around obstacles, it always seeks the lowest point. It's soft, right? But over time, it can wear away the hardest stone. For the Taoists, this is the blueprint for action. Don't strive, be yielding, and find your strength in gentleness. So here we are. We've got two incredibly powerful models for self-mastery. One is all about disciplined self-control, like a craftsman straightening an arrow, and the other is about effortless flow, like a river finding its way to the ocean. Let's put them side by side. The contrast here is just fascinating. The Buddhist path is about actively purifying yourself. You are responsible for cleaning up your own mind through hard work. The Taoist path is about release. You empty your mind, let all the chaos just settle, and return to this natural state of ease. It's kind of like the difference between building an impenetrable fortress and becoming the wind that just flows right around it. I know, this can all sound really abstract and philosophical, but the amazing thing is how practical these ancient ideas really are. So how do we bring this mastery, whether it's through effort or through ease, into our crazy, chaotic, modern lives? So here's the bottom line, the thing that ties both of these philosophies together. The work is internal. It's not about getting praise, it's not about winning arguments or stacking up money. It's about cultivating that inner state, that inner peace from which all effective and good action flows. Okay, let's make this super real. That impulse to check your phone for the 10th time, noticing it, and then choosing not to. That's pure Buddhist self-control. Letting a conversation end without needing to get the last word in, that's Taoist ease in action. And simply observing a feeling like anger rise up without letting it consume you, well, that kind of awareness is central to both. These tiny conscious choices are the real building blocks of self-mastery. All right, we've covered some really big ideas, I get it. But the journey to self-mastery doesn't start with some grand, sweeping gesture. It starts with a single, simple step, just a moment of conscious thought. So I want to leave you with something you can actually do. Take a moment later today and really think about this. Where in your life are you looking for a savior? Is it in your partner's approval, your boss's praise, likes on social media? Now, how could you apply these principles we talked about to become your own source of validation, your own refuge in that exact situation? Ultimately, both of these paths lead to the very same conclusion. The keys to your inner kingdom are in your hands. So the question isn't who will save you. The question is, now that you know you are your own master, what is your first command?